Hi, welcome to Faraz Dev. In the previous video, we saw how we can create a new server with Cloudways. In this video, we will explore an application created in Cloudways. It is a WordPress application, so we will see what we can find out here. In the dashboard, you can see the list of the servers. Right now, we only have one server here, and you see www here, and when you click on it, you will see the list of the applications that are created in these servers. Right now we only have one application, which is my first app, and the icon here shows that it is a WordPress application. Let's click on it. You will see several options in the sidebar here. For example, the access details, and right now we are on the access details menu, and it shows the application URL. When you click on this icon, it will take you to the application URL. So it has installed a minimal WordPress application for us, and we can browse through it, and then it has also shared the WP admin credentials for us. So when we click on this, it will take us to the login WP admin login URL, and we can copy the credentials from Cloudways to the login form, and when we click login, it will we will be logged into the admin panel. Okay, so and also you can see the my SQL access here. We can launch this database manager. It is adminer database manager. Unlike PHP my admin, it is a lightweight one, and you can browse through these database tables here. For example, you can click on the posts, and you can see the data stored in the table as well. Okay, so these are the credentials. In case you want to access the database remotely, you can use these credentials to log in to the application as well. Okay, and on the right side we see the application credentials. These are the credentials that will allow you to either access the files via SFTP, or you can also access the files using SSH. Okay, so we can create like this. For example, our application my first app, and then a password could be we can use, I think we can use the password like anything. Okay, so the password does not meet. Okay, and so when we hit add, it will save the password for us. So our application, the file access through SFTP is ready now. And the second option is the staging management. It is a wonderful feature, and it is built into the panel. For us, we can launch the staging application. Staging application gives us an isolated environment where we can attach the new code, plugin, themes, etc. without breaking anything on our live site. Okay, so it is an exact copy of the original or a live site or a production site, but it can be used for testing purposes. For example, if you have a new feature that you want to add to your website, but you are afraid that this new feature might break the existing functionality, then it is better to test that on a development or a staging environment first, and once ready, you can push the changes from the staging environment to the production environment very easily. Let's launch our new application, a staging application. It will ask you on which server we want to create this staging application. We can create a new server from here, but in our case we will choose to use the existing service. When we hit continue, it will start the cloning process for us. Okay, so you can see the cloning process has been started for us, and it will take a few minutes and our staging application will be ready. So let's do some other thing that we can do meanwhile. Okay, we can also click on the team, and you can see that we can add several members to our team as well. And we can also create different projects. For example, we can create a drive cup for my project. It will separate the applications and servers from different you can organize them in different ways here. And let's see, one more thing. Once you delete a server, you can also recover it within I think 2 weeks. Let's hit on recover server. You will see that these are the servers that I created previously in Cloudways, but I terminated them because these were created for some testing purposes. If you wish, you can recover the server after some days from here as well. Similarly, you can also recover the deleted application. Okay, so our staging application has been ready. The notification tells us, and we can go back to the servers, and then you can see now we have two applications showing up here. When we click on our application, main application, which is the live one, and now if we click on the staging, you will see this screen here. Okay, so it has created a new application and its name is staging hyphen my first app. And you can see these two options from here. You can copy the data from staging to live, and you can also do the other way around. If you have if you want if you think that your live or production site has some new data that is not present in the staging site, and you want to experiment with the new things, new features, etc., it is recommended to first clone or copy from your live set to the staging, and this will make sure, yeah, that your staging is an exact copy of the live set as well. Okay, so our staging application is ready now. And yeah, one more thing, let's click on pull. Cloudways allows you to copy either the files only or the database only, or both. Okay, so you can copy just the files, just the database, or both. And it also allows you to create a backup before taking this step, that is copying process. Okay, so let's go to the monitoring section. I will not go in detail because you can see there are several options here. You can go to analytics and traffic, then it will show you different IP addresses that in the recent time that are accessing your website most recently. You can also see the bot traffic, URL request, status codes, etc., and you can use the other options as well. I will go through these things in detail in another video later. Right now I will want to discuss the logs section here, which allows us to see two kinds of logs. The first one is the access log, and the second one is the error log. For me, error log for me or for any other developer, error logs are mostly important for debugging purposes. So right now our application is new and it doesn't have any error so far reported because it is a simple application. Okay, so next option is the bot protection. The bot protection is active for now, and it will allow us to protect our application from the different bots. If you see some unauthorized access to your website, you can block the IP addresses, etc., by going via this bot protection option. Okay, the domain management, and right now you saw from this access details, our application is available on a particular URL that is a subdomain of cloudways.com, cloudwaysapps.com, and because no one will want to visit your website like this, it is necessary for us to publicize our application or website on a domain of our own. So if we have our domain already purchased from some domain name registrars, we can enter the domain name here. For example, we can write drycup.com, and when we hit save changes, it will save your changes. Similarly, if your domain is wp free migration.com, and you can, when you hit save changes, it will add that domain to the Cloudways, so you will be able to access your website via this domain. Of course, you will also have to point your DNS settings to the IP address, which can be found from here, and once you do that, your domain will be accessible, your application will be accessible to the domain that you have entered in the domain management section. Okay, so the next thing is the cron management. Cron jobs are very useful for doing some routine work, for example database cleanup, file cleanup, folder cleanup purposes, etc. So the cloud will allow you to run the cron jobs from right from the data, right from the dashboard. And they have also some ready-made common settings available here. For example, if we want to run a cron job every minute, we can hit this and it will fill up the options or fields for us automatically. Okay, so next thing is the SSL certificate. Cloudways also allows us to assign SSL certificates for our application. We can use Lattice Encrypt, which is free SSL. We can also upload our custom SSL certificates as well. And then comes the backup and restore section. It is also very handy in case your application becomes compromised, then you will want to restore your application to a previous state. That can be very easily done from here. So Cloudways automatically creates backups on a daily basis for you, and these backups are stored on a remote place. And but don't worry about this. You will be able to easily restore your application from those remote backups very easily in a single click. For example, when we hit on this take backup now, it will start creating a backup for our application, and once it is ready, you will see the list of the backups in this area. Let's wait for the backup to get finished, and once it is ready, we will move forward with the other setting or the options available here. Okay, and yeah, so our backup is ready. For some reason it is not, oh yeah, it has loaded the backup here, and you can restore the application right from here. Yeah, and you hit click when you hit on the restore option, you will again get three options from here. You can do a complete restore process, you can only restore the web file or the database, etc. The next thing is the deployment with the Git. Git is an important tool in these days, and it is very popular that we can host our web files and in Git, and it will allow us to save the history of the files, etc. We can use it for our application as well. We can integrate Git into our application as well. Then come the application settings, and I will not again go through these settings in detail, but I will overview of a couple of things here. For example, if you want some SSH access to your server, and by default it is disabled for you. And if you want to access the via SSH, and then you will have to enable this setting. And you can also modify some PHP variables from here. For example, you can increase the memory limit if you want, if your application demands. And you can also add exclusion to the varnish cache. Okay, and then the migration tools, and migration is a very popular thing at Cloudways. They have a dedicated plugin to migrate from any other host to the Cloudways. If you are afraid to do the migration by yourself, that something might break when you migrate, then I will recommend you to use another service, which is WP freemigration.com. They will migrate your website to the Cloudways for free if you meet some certain conditions. Okay. Then the last thing is the Cloudflare. This is a recently added add-on, and it is very handy for businesses. It is a Cloudflare enterprise version. Okay, so you can use the Cloudflare for free easily, but it has a few limitations. But Cloudflare enterprise has been used by some big enterprises or agencies, etc. So you can use this add-on, and they have listed some advantages here. For example, mobile optimization, full page cache, etc., which will be coming soon. So you can enable this add-on for your website for just $5 per month. Okay, so I have quickly gone through all of the settings you can avail from the Cloudways from this dashboard. In the next video we will analyze about different cloud providers, for example DigitalOcean, Vultr, Linode, AWS, GCP, etc., and we'll see which cloud provider should you use for your application. And I hope you liked this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and press the bell icon, and you will get the notification for my new videos. Until then, take care. Bye bye.